Light 98.7's Most Music Morning Show with Matt Hubble, and it's that time again. It's a Thursday. You know what that means, don't you?
Light 98.7, making your life simpler and easier, one transformation at a time. Here's today's Transformation Thursday.
Glad to have you back. Deb Cabral, the Declutter Coach. Today we're talking about how we can organize our family photos, right?
Hey, Matt, how are you?
Doing excellent.
Yes, it's Transformation Thursday again, and today we are going to talk about photos because I'll tell you, I'm sure you have it too. We've got boxes of yellowing photos under the bed. We've got the old Super 8s and VHSs in the garage. Well, I've got 7 steps. I wrote an article for Storage Magazine, which is a Better Homes and Garden specialty magazine, last Christmas. I'm going to go through the 7 steps, and they're the same, a little bit different if it's digital as opposed to print, but it's still the same. 7 steps of what you need to do to get your photos organized.
All right.
The first one is to gather your photos. I mean, that sounds silly, but we've got them everywhere. So get them in one place. And on the digital side, you may have them on old cell phones. You may have them on old iPads. They may be on old jump drives or even old hard drives. Try to get them to a place where they're all in one room, and then you can work in getting them in one place. And I'm going to talk about that in a few minutes. Step 2, after you gather them, is to sort your photos by date and then topic. But here's what I tell people. You don't want to get bogged down in the minutia of what year it was. I sort with our clients by decade. So it's very easy to tell the 60s and the 70s and the 80s and 90s, but it may not be so easy to tell if it was Christmas 1972 or 1975.
Right.
You know?
The bell bottoms usually say it all, right?
Yes. So what happens is people get so overwhelmed they don't remember, was it 80 or 81? And then they say, forget it, and they just give up. But we just say, do it by decades. You know, the goal is you want to start enjoying your memories again and getting them out of the box. So the other thing, step 3, is prioritizing your photos. And so I'm a member of APO. It's the Association of Personal Photo Organizers, and I am a certified personal photo organizer. And the person who invented or came up with APO, the founder, Kathy Nelson, she came up with these like tried and true ABCs of photo organizing. So basically what you want to do is after you've, kind of sorted them by decade, then you want to prioritize because you don't necessarily need to save, or do you want to save every single photo you've ever taken. So we call them the ABCs. So the A's are your best photos. Those are the ones that you may have up, in your home in frames. They're in, really nice boxes. And these are the ones that you want to archive. These are the ones that you want to save. They're weddings and confirmations and any religious events and holidays, things that you're not going to want to get rid of these photos. These are photos you're going to want to save.
Okay.
Your B photos, they're good, but, maybe you used to work at a company and you don't even remember half of the people in the photo. Or they're just, that happens. Or they're just not flattering photos of the people that are in them. So you may decide to save some of those, and those are okay to put in like an acid-free storage box. They don't necessarily have to be archived. Your C photos are your really poor quality. I mean, the red eye you can't get out, somebody's head's cut off of the photo, it's blurry. Those you can just discard. And, a lot of people are afraid to throw away photos. So I'm here to tell you that it is okay. You can throw away your photos if they're ones that you're not going to enjoy. Because, again, years ago, we didn't have the, convenience of digital where we could just say, we're going to delete this one right on our phone or on our camera because we don't like it. We had to pay to get everything printed. So we're stuck with boxes and boxes of those.
Right.
Step 4 is to archive. And so you can archive those in a couple of different ways. Number 1, all of those A photos, you want to make sure that you're getting them digitized because that's going to preserve the whole, photos disintegrating and stuff. So you can do that a couple of different ways. There's companies, all over the country that you can send them to. I just caution people that a lot of times when you send them to these bigger retailers, they're sending them out of the country.
Ooh.
And we've had clients come to us that have had their family photos lost. So we partnered with 2 companies, one in Boston that does all of our slides and our and some of our VHS tapes. And then we also partnered with a company in Pittsburgh that does our actual sharing and digitizing and also preserving of the family memories. And they're called Forever, and I'm going to talk about them in a minute. So we now scan. So the Declutter Coach team, we invested in all the equipment. We scan right in our office in New Hartford. So if you want and you don't want your photos to go very far, we'd be happy to work with you. So the next thing is step 5 is to store or use your photos. So storing, I mentioned earlier, a company called Forever. So I love this company. They created an app that is on your phone. You can also do it on an iPad or certainly on your laptop or computer. And you take all your digitized photos, you upload them to their software, which is amazing, and they're constantly making enhancements. And you have the ability to preserve them and also share them by text messaging them to family and friends or emailing them. And Forever is kind of a neat company. Couple of things. Number one, all of your photos become yours. They your property. Any photos you upload to Google, Facebook, I don't know if people know this, and I didn't until I started learning about photo organizing, is they are owned by that company. So Facebook owns all of your photos. Google owns all of your photos. Anywhere else that you're storing them, they're not yours. That's number one. Number two, they actually compress them. So I had a situation where I was storing a lot of photos, about 20,000 on a local retailer. I'm not going to name the name.
All right.
And I was making a book for my goddaughter, my niece that was graduating last year. And I was trying to pull photos back from 2004 when I started uploading. And I had to call customer service because every time I tried to download them onto my laptop so I could create a photo book for her, they were, grainy and they just didn't look good. So what Forever does is they're going to keep them at the same rate you upload them. So whatever, if you're uploading them at 300 or 600 DPI, for those of you that don't know a lot about photo organizing, it's the good quality photos. They're not going to compress them.
Good to know.
Great to know. The step 6 then is part with your C photos. Like really get rid of them, because a lot of people will say to us, I can't get rid of my photos. Just let them go. Rip them, put them in the garbage.
That's scary, though, isn't it?
It is. But again, those are the ones that you've already sorted and prioritized that are not really the best that you want to save. And then step 7 is set up a system. You've got to have a way to go forward. Every time I get new photos on my phone, what am I going to do with them? Monthly, weekly, quarterly, you have to figure out a way. And we, again, recommend that you digitize your paper photos that are your A's. We put them for our clients on a CD or a disk drive, and then we upload all of the photos that we scan to a Forever account. Now, Forever, you can have a free account up to 3,000 photos. You can go right to our website, decluttercoachdeb.com, under photo organizing, sign up and get a free account. Once you get to the point where, wow, I've got more than 3,000 photos and I'm really loving this app, you can actually become a permanent member, and they're running a special right now, 30% off the permanent memberships. So it's just a great way to bring these memories back into your life. And we tell people, I'd rather have 1,000 or 2,000 or even 5,000 that I can access quickly and share with family and friends than 20,000 that are under the bed.
I love this idea because there's nothing worse than going through an old family photo album and you know how they have the cellophane on top?
Yes.
And they get stuck to the top of the picture and you rip it off and it strips the most beautiful part of the photo. It's crazy. And it's sad.
And I use mine daily. Like, for example, I have a really busy day today. This morning when I got up, I texted my sister a picture of her and I from Disney World at 1976 or 77.
How cool is that?
And I'm just like, busy today, talk to you tomorrow. But it's a way to share, using the family memories that we've made to kind of still connect with each other on a daily basis.
All right, Deb Cabral, Declutter Coach, thanks for swinging by today. We're going to post this segment up on our website at light987.com.